it's a rematch of Super Bowl 51. We all know how that one ended. But there's no Tom Brady on the New England sideline this time. It's the Patriots and Falcons on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the New England Patriots. Along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. And the Falcon offense about ready to go to work here for the first time, and leading them as he has since 2008 is the veteran quarterback, former MVP, Matt Ryan.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
The numbers for Ridley a week ago. 6 catches, 61 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Dietrich Wise Jr. in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. They'll be led by the Heisman finalist from a season ago, the rookie from Alabama, Mac Jones.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
But look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 18 carries, 105 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
From the 17, Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Big conversion. They were backed up deep to start the drive, able to pick up the 1st.
So the goal is at least a 1st down here, right? Pick up a 1st down, give yourself some breathing room, and if you have to punt after that, maybe you've helped with field position and you've helped out your defense.
And avoided a 3-and-out on their opening drive. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tyler Davison gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year. That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually, you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction. Airing it out, looking for Ridley, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Jacoby Myers, 83 yards. Falcons. And the Pats have taken the early lead. For Mac Jones, accuracy was more his calling card when folks were taking stock of the 2021 draft, but he's got a big arm as well, and he shows it off there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you've got that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
To throw again on second down, Ryan. Getting this ball out wide for Davis. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. From the shotgun, Ryan. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
From the 38, Jones. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 11 now. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw. Jones. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
That's a letdown defensively because they had him stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Patriots add on to their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Williams to return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Matt Ryan in the offense heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, he's going to fire one deep left sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 3rd down, Ryan. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. And they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Bourne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Harris. Isaiah Oliver there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off off the play fake. Jones. It's caught by Aguilar. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They hand this off to Harris. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They run the counter. Harris. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And that's a run characteristic of Damian Harris. When he touches it, he gets not just blocked, but he gets a few more yards as well. He's been dinged up his first 2 years with the Patriots, only 10 starts a year ago. But you have to believe that this coaching staff thinks that he's capable of bigger and better things.
On 1st down, it's Harris. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for it all. And this one is incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
And his kick here is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Matt Ryan and the Falcons getting ready to go again here on offense. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. You know, their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true, because a lot of the times you ride the wave of emotion with a crowd when it's positive for you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least get something done to maybe put the crowd back on their side.
Absolutely, give these guys something to cheer about. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's Ryan to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Ryan going to give this to Davis. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones, he gets it complete to Harris. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tyler Davison able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He's going to try and go deep again. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. In that 1 o'clock time frame, a lot to choose from. But let's highlight the game in Philadelphia, a big one for the Eagles, as they'll square off with the New Orleans Saints. In the late afternoon games, it'll be loud in Kansas City, that's for sure, as it'll be the Chiefs taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one in the NFC, the Giants and Bucs from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for New England. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at about the 32. Throwing to start the drive. Ryan. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play there for Atlanta.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Ryan. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Again, Ryan. And he's got his man on the out route. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
And with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run forward with Davis. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Mike Davis. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge is successful. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Mike Davis. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1 yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat. Chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And it's 17-7. That time a 6-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Jones on first down. Over the middle, he's got Myers. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. On second down now. It's Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now Jones from the gun on third down. Complete. It's Henry. And he will have a Patriots first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now here's another carry for Harris.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 64 yards rushing for him now to this point. On second down, this is Harris. And he stopped immediately there. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Off play action. Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. For the Saudi American. Coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. They dialed up a 3rd-and-1 blitz defensively. It worked.
Yeah, and a lot of people would think, hey, they thought pass and they guessed right. In a lot of cases, you bring the blitz just to mess up the blocking on a running play. Instead, in this situation, the run wasn't there. They just followed everything right back to the quarterback.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, he's going to float this one deep right side. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Ryan. He's going to let it go again. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Falcons.
Yeah, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, take a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. He's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Now Youngway Koo for the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense.
How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. That's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. This is Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
They run again with Harris. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Now Jones. And right side, Henry's got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see. In other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
They'll run on first down. Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Jones. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Jones now. Off play action. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. A give to Harris. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try to put it in that way.
Toward the pylon, caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Harris. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Davis. A little juke. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run. And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know, this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A 1st down carry for Davis. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
2nd and 5 now. Ryan. Uncorks one for Davis. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. from the shotgun. Ryan. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he goes out right around the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Ryan. Incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it's going to be 2nd down. To throw again is Ryan. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Getting this ball out wide for Davis. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New England's offense set to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
anytime
right.
we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Coup now for the point after. It's up and good to make it 21-17. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Myers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, it's Harris. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. To throw again on second down. Jones, he's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Off play action, Jones. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. They run for it with Harris. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the gun, Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. He's got Smith here. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Jones. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right, except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go again with Davis. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Throwing now is Ryan. Caught right side, Davis. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Falcons send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now Jones and the Patriots down 21-17, 57 seconds to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw pulled in by Aguilar. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Clock now under 30 ticks and running. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Jones. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. To throw is Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the 1st half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the 2nd half.
So for the Falcons, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4.